Perfect. All right. So today we have a lot of updates. Three updates actually. One was a minor update, and two were patches to the minor update. So let's get started. Let's minimize myself here. There we go. And let's go check it out. All right. So first, actually, I'm gonna bring a different screen really fast. No, I'll do this. Yeah, I'm gonna bring a different screen. I'm gonna bring my X account. 1 second. Here we go. All right, there we go. So this is my meme. We're doing a meme today. Uh, this right here is the update. So version 1.53.65. So we added YouTube channels that can now be inserted into the podcast search engine, which is a nice to have because at first it was only Apple Podcasts and it was Spotify, but now that we've added YouTube as an option, so any YouTube suggestions, I'll add them in as long as it's podcast related. That's pretty awesome. So then next we have Ian Carroll. I saw he was a good channel, and I thought I would add him. He's only on YouTube. He wasn't on Rumble. I mean, he wasn't on Spotify nor YouTube or Apple. So now that he is on YouTube, I can add those. Uh, there came to be a problem later on, but I'll explain that in the next one. So if we go scroll up some, here is patch number 66. So YouTube and Apple and Spotify and RSS feeds, they can compile properly. The issue was I changed how I was basically putting them as like titles into JSON files, and I added a GUI ID, which is important. So if they ever do change the names of that, for instance, episode that they posted and change the name because they didn't like it, well, I would have to recompile that entire episode. Now I added a GUI ID that's unique to that particular episode. So even if they do change the name of that title, it doesn't matter. My script will find it and be like, nope, that's still the old episode. Name change, ignore. So that was added. That was done to the YouTube feeds. But then because I did that and added that unique character at the end, the suffix, to each JSON file, title of the JSON file, well, that was happening to the already produced Spotify and Apple Podcasts that are JSON files. So then I started modifying those. I had to do a workaround so I could mass modify every single one that and give them GUI IDs or unique IDs at the end of their episodes and then store in JSON files that would be able to say, hey, this is already done, don't need to process this again. So that was one of the major patches. Took all week to get that figured out, working properly, and then back testing as well. I added UAP Gerb and Archaix channels that are on YouTube into the podcast search engine. UAP Gerb, all the episodes are fully produced. Archaix, still got a few left. I think we're past 300 something. So yeah, and Ian Carroll got all of his done. Didn't take very long. I have a 3080 Ti right now that I'm running instead of a 3060 Ti. Soon I'll be putting a 3060 Ti and having a 3080 Ti when my AI server is fully functional. But that hasn't happened yet. Still need to buy some more parts. Almost there. But yeah, so the last update, we fixed the copyright. Uh, Let me just pull this up really fast for you. So on the bottom here, this copyright, it was 2025, changed to 2026. Small change. What else was fixed? Oh, go back in actually. So right down here, actually, no, I don't want to sign out. Yeah, I'll sign out. Screw it, just for this example. Let's go home page. So down here, where it says language and date, it now has, you can't click on it. In the past, you could click on it even though you weren't signed in. And it would pull up a drop down. You weren't allowed to click anything, but I didn't like that feature, so I made sure that it's not even clickable and it just tells you to sign in. So that's one thing that was fixed in that patch. And I think that's about it for this episode. I'm going to be doing less updates on the podcast search engine unless some major issues come up or I think of an idea. But for the most part, it's working properly. It's got a lot of databases. I'm going to keep adding to it every day. So, yeah, that's it. Uh, Thank you for watching this recording. Peace out. Ciao, ciao.